question 8, and this is actually question 8 and 9 from the SAT number 13. And let's jump in. So question 8 says, the passage suggests that to some extent, Tchartkoff finds maintaining his high artistic standards to be a something. And so for this question, we've got to figure out what is it that how does he find maintaining these standards to be? What's his thoughts on them? So the way to solve this one, because this is a paired question, is we're going to start with the answer choices from question 9. So we're going to look through answer choices A through D, and we're going to look for any sort of text that will tell us about what he thinks about maintaining his high artistic standards. So let's jump in. So 59 through 61 says, yes, it is all very well to be patient, he exclaimed with vexation, but there's an end to patience at last. So that's this text here. Probably not the right text. It doesn't really say on the surface, it doesn't really say anything clearly about how he thinks about maintaining his high artistic standard. I might put a little note in the back of my head to be like, if there's no other good answer choices, maybe we come back to this one, and maybe the case that he's making is be patient, like it's his patience that is him maintaining his high artistic standard and saying it's taking too long, etc. But you can already see that's drawing a lot of implications, and that's reading a little too deeply into the text that is typical, and then we normally want to do. So probably not that text, but let's just keep looking. So 63 to 65 says, if I did bring myself to sell all my pictures and sketches, they would not give me 20 kopecks for the whole of them. So this is basically, it is what it sounds like, right? He's basically saying if I were to sell everything I had, I would only be able to get this amount of money. He's sort of continuing his complaints. But it doesn't really tell us anything about what he feels about maintaining his high artistic standards. So I would eliminate that one as well. So A and B are out. 69 through 70 says, and who will buy, not even knowing my name? And there's really not a lot in this question. Who will buy, not even knowing my name? Nothing about his own standards and how he's like trying to maintain them and them being high. It's just him basically asking, yeah, who will buy, not even knowing my name? And so for that reason, this is not really a great text, and we should probably eliminate that one as well. And let's look now at 74 through 76, which says, why do I worry and toil like a learner over the alphabet when I might shine as brightly as the rest of them and have money too like them? And even on the first reading, this is something we should think should be our text, because worry, toil, like a learner over the alphabet, this is showing him trying to uphold a certain level of standard, trying to work. We might need a little bit of the context of the rest of the paragraph and the rest of the passage as we read along to really understand what it is that he's saying. But for the most part, this one looks just fine. Why do I worry and toil like a learner when I might shine as brightly as the rest of them and have money too like them? So this is a good text. It's the one we should rock with. And let's look. So this is, why do I worry and toil like a learner over the alphabet when I might shine as brightly as the rest of them and have money like them too? So we're going to look for the text that will most closely match that. So A says, means of attaining short-lived fame as opposed to a lasting reputation. This is kind of the opposite of the whole point of the passage, right? Which is that he thinks that if he maintains his high artistic standards, he's not going to get short-lived fame. He's basically not going to may not even get fame at all. So this sort of takes the opposite stance to the passage. And moreover, there's not really any text that will support this one. So for this question, we should eliminate A. B says, a goal that maintaining his high artistic standards is a goal less important for his professor than it is for himself. If anything, we would say it's a goal less important to himself than it is to his professor. Although, honestly, at the end of the day, we don't really know, according to the SAT. It doesn't really tell us anywhere how he values this goal. We see a lot of questioning, but we don't really see a conclusion. But even if we had to make an implication, we would say probably the professor seems to value it more, since Tchartkoff is questioning these things. So we can eliminate B as well. Then we have C. C says a necessary pathway to a goal he now seeks to accomplish. So high artistic standards are a necessary pathway to a goal he now seeks to accomplish. This is not really right. You don't really find him in this case saying that he needs to uphold these standards to achieve some sort of goal. And what he's really doing is questioning. He's actually questioning if these are going to lead to any positive outcome. And if it's a path he should continue on. For that reason, we can get rid of C. And that leads us to D, which says it's a laborious undertaking that does not provide suitable compensation. This is just, I don't know honestly how to phrase this quality here yet. I want to call it synonymizing, which is just a horrible name. But basically what the SAT will do is they'll take things in the text and then they'll sort of translate them, like they'll like shift them 1 degree, almost like they're opening a thesaurus and they're just substituting words in to sort of hide them, to sort of camouflage the answer a little bit. So D, laborious undertaking, that matches here. Why do I worry and toil? Worry and toil, right? That's a laborious undertaking. And then the suitable compensation is, why don't I do this and have money to like them? Have money, suitable compensation. So you can see worry and toil becomes laborious undertaking. Money becomes suitable compensation. So it's just a feature to notice. If you see a pattern like that where they're taking usually simpler words in the text and they're translating into these big Latin words in the answer choices, it's usually a sign that you're on the right track. But in any case, D is our answer for this one, right? And D is our answer for question 9.